Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another day in the Chapman household. I'm currently in the bedroom. It's really dark in here. We haven't got our blinds yet. They take about 12 weeks to get made. I reckon but we're about 10 weeks into that wait. So we bought these like blackout things that are just like on suckers that stick to the windows. And that's kind of how we're living our life at the moment. So not ideal because just it's really dark in here all the time. Unless we just take them down. But the thing about taking them down is that the neighbours can see, you can't really see, but if I take this down, the neighbours can see right into our window because we're on like a, our house looks opposite other houses, and because this is the bedroom, I spend a lot of time naked in here, so those things just stay on. Anyway, we have a special guest today, and she's currently working on my child. Is she naked, the child? Oh, she's not naked. So, Jackie's here. Hi, Jackie. Hello. Sarah's mum, Jackie. Sarah's dad is away for a little while, and Jackie was just sort of rattling around her house, and she called us and was like, "Can I come visit?" And we were like, "Great, childcare." So, Jackie's here. She's hanging out with Margot. What are you dressing her in? What's the choices?
The choice is
cute.
This one,
yes.
And nice matching cardi for the ensemble.
Lovely.
What have you done with the tights, Margot?
Should have just thrown them somewhere.
Yeah, I think she did.
Baby, you've got a tooth in there. Oh, yeah, there's a tooth in there, isn't there? Yeah. How do you feel about it? She has mixed feelings about her tooth. She spends a lot of her time just like touching it with her tongue. And when she does it, she goes, and it's really, really cute. But of course, here and there, it also causes her pain, so we have to kind of keep putting like teething gel on it and stuff. But she's part of the team now, part of the tooth team.
I still feel quite shy. I don't know if you can see. I have had a big breakout of what we think is postpartum acne, and I didn't really want to be in Jim's video or in any kind of content today. I've not really been feeling so hot, feeling a bit down on myself. I feel like it wouldn't really be kind of in keeping of how we are on the internet if I didn't really talk about this. So I don't really know what's happened. This has been maybe about a week now. We were watching TV, it was quite late, and I started to say to Jim, I was like, I'm feeling really itchy and just kind of, I don't know, I felt really kind of a bit like dirty, and I said, oh, it's 9 o'clock, but I think I'm gonna have a shower before bed because I just feel a bit gross. And I got in the shower, and when I got out the shower after washing my hair, I looked in the mirror and I started to come up on this side of my cheeks all red. And at first I thought maybe it was hives because we were trying to get Margot to sleep through the night, and I was like, oh, I must just be stressed, she's not sleeping. So I didn't really think about it, went to bed and took some antihistamines, and the next day I was like getting a bit more, and I thought, oh well, she's still not sleeping, I'm probably just a bit stressed. And then by the following day, the whole of my face had come out in huge bumps, all like white heads. It's a bit calmer now, but I will be brave and come close. You can see all along here, it's all on my neck, it's all on my décolletage, some of it's kind of a little bit on my shoulders, and I'm just feeling a bit down about it really. I said to Jim the other night when we were in bed, I said, oh my God, I can't imagine what it must be like for people that have this all the time, because I was so lucky, honestly. As a teenager, my friends used to say to me like, oh my God, I hate you, because I'd literally just use a makeup wipe and be done with it, and I never really, like, I didn't even moisturize as a teenager. I was really lucky. So this has been quite a shock to me, and it's also coincided with having like cramps, feeling a bit dizzy, and postpartum hair loss. I'm really lucky I have such thick hair that on the plus side, at least, this isn't something I've really noticed, but I do brush my hair and I'm just like, oh my God. So yeah, I feel like having a baby is such a wild ride for your body, and you just have no idea, like every week is something different. I'm like, oh, didn't know that was gonna happen. It's funny because when Jim and I got together, I knew that this was his job, and I knew that if I wanted to, I didn't have to kind of feature, but honestly, I don't think I really had a clue. Like, I kind of knew of Jim and knew of his job and his kind of contemporaries, but I never watched YouTube. It wasn't really anything I was kind of on my radar. So I don't think I kind of realised that people would care about me or care about my life or be interested in me or my family or what I do, or like people would follow me or kind of be bothered about what I had to say. And I've kind of found it quite comforting to just sit in the background and not really kind of say too much in his content, and I just kind of pop up here and there. But I've kind of felt comfortable doing that. And then I think it's only when you're conscious of yourself and self-conscious, so like now thinking of my skin, that I'm suddenly so aware that I think I don't even want to be in the background. Don't show me. I don't want to even be in it. But I think it would be doing an injustice to other mothers that do watch this and other women to just think that our life is super perfect. And I'm aware this is really ridiculous that I'm getting emotional over acne when there's so much bigger stuff going on in the world. But yeah, I just think it's important to show that whilst we are so blessed and so lucky, and Margot's a dream, and we have had a relatively easy ride of it, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And I think that's also something I've found is quite difficult with the kind of content I have engaged with on social media myself, like other mums, and I'm sat there thinking, oh my god, like she looks amazing, her hair's so put together, and or oh my god, like they're off doing this and they're off doing that and their life looks so easy. And I think sometimes it's a shame that people don't kind of show everything. Yeah, it's just kind of saying this is what's going on with us, and I'm now gonna gather my thoughts, change my mindset, and try and have a lovely rest of my day with my family.
Are you ready? She put that toothy to the test. This is Mummy's homemade. You've got mango, you've got banana and porridge, and a bit of breast milk in there as well.
If that were me, I'd be sneaking a bit of broccoli in there.
Of course you would, Grandma.
Well, because it's just then she gets the broccoli.
She does eat her greens. She's a pretty good kid, actually. Sometimes.
She's got a broccoli one in the fridge for dinner.
So I mentioned a few videos back, I want to say it was sort of like middle of January, that I'm on like a fitness kick now. I want to kind of get back in the shape I was in pre-pandemic, or at least pre-Margot. And so I showed you that video after about 2 weeks, and there was progress. So today is February 22nd, I think. I'm on week 8. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to do it sensibly. I'm aware that I can't just like go on a massive, like super duper life-changing health kind of thing, because I have a kid to look after, I've got work to do, I don't have the freedom and the luxury of just going, right, that's it now, I'm in the gym every single day. But I am being realistic, so I'm just making better choices about what I eat. And I'm in the gym, I've got a personal trainer, I'm in the gym ideally 4 days a week, but more likely like 3 days a week. And then when I'm not in the gym, I'll do a session on the Peloton on my bike, just here, which is now sort of squished in amongst all like the baby stuff. And I'm getting results. I'm going to try and show you now, but I've got a baby on my arm, so I might not be able to show you very well. But this is me, hang on. This is me on week 8. No, you can't really see because Margot's right in the way. But I am looking leaner and I'm stronger. And in fact, I had a massage a couple of days ago. My massage therapist, who has been my massage therapist for, we worked it out since 2015, has said to me, oh, your bum's really peachy, because I've been doing like lots of squats and stuff. Typically when I work out, I'll do like a class and I'll jump around and all that. But actually, I'm not very strong in like a lot of like the core movement mechanics that people are supposed to be. So I'm doing a lot of like the basic workouts, deadlifts, squats, bench press, things like that, along with the jumping around and all that. But actually, you know what? I feel more stable. My core is stronger, my shoulders are stronger, my back is stronger, my legs are stronger, my bum's more peachy. So it's working, and I feel really good about it. It's also my hour of the day where I don't have to think about being dad, I don't have to think about work. I can just sort of turn up to the gym. My personal trainer's in charge of what the session will be, so all I have to think about is like getting sweaty and lifting heavy stuff, and it feels great. Here I am, sans baby. You can see it's happening, right? If you can compare this to the video I posted before, there was just a much more fluff. I'm still a little under the weight I want to be, but I've decided to sort of try to get leaner before I then start eating more, because otherwise I'll just get more fluffy. As a little disclaimer, this part of the video contains an ad with Sky. Now, if you follow me on actually any of my social medias, YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, you might know that I work with Sky quite a lot. They are by far the best client I've ever worked with. Now, I've been doing this job for about 12 years and they're just the nicest people, and also come up with like the best ideas. Anyway, at the moment I'm talking about Sky Cinema, because Sky Cinema are releasing 52 Sky Originals this year. So that's 52 films that they themselves are producing and releasing. On top of that, they've also got a load of other like blockbusters, like for example, Space Jam: A New Legacy. I watched this the other day with Sarah. I had no idea how much Sarah loves Space Jam, like the original one with Michael Jordan, until this came out in the cinemas, and I was sent like a press pack, and in it was I wonder if it's around somewhere, in it was a water bottle, like a reusable water bottle with Space Jam all over it. And Sarah suddenly, honestly, super excited, lost her mind, started like dancing on the sofa because she got a Space Jam thing. So we watched this. My only thing with this film is that it shouldn't be called Space Jam. I'm not giving any spoilers away, but like the baddies, the bad basketball team, aren't aliens like they are in the original. But really nostalgic for me and for Sarah, because we both were the right age to see the original Space Jam when we were kids. And obviously it's got all like the Looney Tunes in it and everything, and really great. Anyway, the film I wanted to talk about, because it was phenomenal, is Old Henry here. Now, Old Henry, I want to describe it to you, but without giving any spoilers. Basically, you don't know who anybody in the film is. So essentially, Old Henry is he lives a really quiet life with his son on like not a ranch, but more like a homestead, where he's basically a really humble farmer. And then one day, a guy turns up with a bag full of cash and a bullet wound. Now that guy tries to convince Henry and his son that he's actually a policeman, he's with the law. And they start to believe him until a group of other people turn up, all with police badges on. But then you kind of have the question as to who is telling the truth and who is not. So basically the whole way through the film it's really tense, because nobody's telling the truth. Even Henry, you don't know who Henry is until kind of right towards the end, and suddenly everything sort of makes sense. And it's so tense. I remember I watched it last night and I thought, that's really quick, that film. And I had to go back to this home screen here to work out how long it is. It's an hour and 35, but because every scene is packed with like a mystery, I suppose, but packed with like unsaid things and unidentified people, you're picking out every little clue, like every little visible thing. For example, again, no spoilers, but Henry has some things hidden in his house which kind of give clues to who he is. So you're so busy picking bits out that the film just flew by. It was so like enthralling for me. I loved it. And actually what's really great about that is when I think about it now, it wasn't like packed full of action. It wasn't like, the action was really good, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like super fast paced. It was just really engaging. So I loved it. In fact, I'm going to link to the Sky YouTube channel in the description box below, so you can go over and look. They have, in fact, it's a really handy resource for all of the trailers for all of like the Sky Originals coming out. And the trailer alone for Old Henry is, again, it's got that air of like mystery identities. Totally worth watching, and I hope you really enjoy it. I watched it with Jackie and Sarah. Now Sarah's at the gym at the moment, so she can't give you her thoughts on it. Jackie, what did you think? Bearing in mind, what I will say, disclaimer, Jackie fell asleep, but I have never finished watching a film with Jackie where she hasn't fallen asleep. And you did make it till right at the very end.
I did, home and watch the last half an hour because I was really disappointed that I missed him.
Welcome to my office. You can tell that I'm in work mode now. Oh, the lights have come on. Hello. Okay. You can tell that I'm in work mode now because I have my spectacles on. These spectacles are great, by the way. They're not prescription. I had laser eye surgery, about 6 or 7 years ago, but these have like the blue light filter, so they make everything look a little more like yellowy, orangey, but it's better for your eyes when you're looking at the screen. Anyway, the lights have just come on. I'm in the house. Sarah, Margot and Jackie have all left the house. They've gone to get lunch. Now I was going to go with them, but we're having smart meters installed on both our gas and electricity, and according to the guidelines of the company who are installing it, someone has to be in the house, I suppose. So I've taken one for the team. Actually, it's not a bad thing because I've got loads of work to do. Now everything's powering back up again. My printer's turning on and I can hear all sorts of things in the house beeping. They're all coming back on. Anyway, I recently moved management. Now, I've been with the same management company since the very beginning of my career, and actually the very beginning of the company. The company was made around my big sisters and a few others. And I've been there for 12 years. I only moved because my life's different and I felt like a fresh start. I felt like fresh energy and everything. And because now we've got the baby and Sarah and I are in this new house and everything, it just felt like really good timing. So I moved to a new management called Insanity, who are lovely. Now, the reason I moved there is because they already look after my writing stuff under like a subsection of the business. And we're getting some real traction there. And the people who look after my writing also wanted to look after me for my social media stuff too. And actually, I moved there at the very beginning of January, so it's only been 8 weeks, and already I feel so much like new, like energy to do stuff. So I've had these 3 ideas for films I want to write for the last sort of like 3, 4, 5 months, and I've done nothing with them, partly because I haven't had time because the baby's been taking up my time with her sleeping habits and just with feeling things out, but also just wasn't quite ready with everything. But suddenly having new people on board and having like new direction and everything, it feels really exciting. So my plan this year is quite a plan. I might have bitten off more than I can chew. I've done all of the legwork for a book that I'm currently writing, so I want to get that book written, and I also want to write at least 2 of the 3 scripts that I've kind of come up with, and they take months to do. So I also want to be realistic about it. Like I don't want that to take me away from family time. So I want to make sure I'm not doing like late nights and working over weekends. So I have to fit it in around everything else I do. I don't know if everybody else's social media is like this, but mine certainly is always encouraging me just to like push a bit harder and do a bit more. But if I do that, I never see my daughter or my fiance, and I get stressed and overwhelmed. And actually, there's something about having a baby that my eyes have been open to a work-life balance now, where I'm like, okay, I still really definitely want to achieve these things, but not at the expense of time with my girls, because that is far more important and far more rewarding. And I'm really enjoying what I'm working on at the moment. This film that I'm working on now is like really, really fun. But I'm also making sure that it's not taking me away from family, right? It's nap time for a certain young lady in this house. Before she goes down though, I want to show you her outfit. She had what we call in this household a shitastrophe, which is basically where she poops and it just goes everywhere. So she had an entire outfit change. Now, for some reason, Sarah decided to dress her in this little look here. She's in her full Liverpool kit with, look at those knees. I don't know why Sarah put her in that. I think mostly because it was a Christmas gift and she's growing out of it already. But yeah, as you know, in this household, we are Reds. I'm an honorary Red in that I don't really care. But if I'm not a Red, I'm a nobody in the Tarleton's eyes. So I'm Liverpool through and through now, as is my poor child. No choice in it whatsoever. She might want to support someone else. She might want to support nobody. Poor kid doesn't have a chance.
So, me and my spots have had a good day today. I went to the gym and feel a lot better now. I got a bit of a sweat and a workout. Went for some lunch with my mum and Margot, and Jim's currently upstairs. He's working. Margot's currently upstairs. She is hopefully sleeping. And we are about to just have a little relax on the sofa, me and my mum, watching, oh, let me see if I turn this around, The Book of Love, which is, I think the story, it says that it's, there's my mum, it says that it's Sam Claflin is an author and he has written a book and then he goes to Mexico, and I think from seeing the trailer he has, my mum knows nothing about this film, but I think from seeing the trailer he goes to Mexico, and I think the person that has translated the book in Spanish has had taken a few liberties with the plot line.
Oh, okay.
So that is what we're about to watch, and hopefully Margot will give us a good hour or so to get into the film before she wakes up, and I will let you know what we think of it. So we have just finished that film. Margot woke up for her nap with about 15 minutes left to go, so we watched most of the film in relative peace before she came down and decided she wanted to cause chaos. And she's also in her full Liverpool kit today for no reason other than we felt like supporting the Reds. So what did we think of that film? Sure, my mum's off camera. I liked the best about it that there was a lot of Spanish in it with subtitles, and I love watching stuff on Netflix in Spanish with the subtitles to practice. And I was quite enjoying watching it and kind of trying to see how much I knew and understood without actually reading the subtitles. So from a kind of just a learning perspective, I really enjoyed it. But the plot line, I thought, was just like such a really heartwarming film to just watch on an afternoon where you just want to sit back, chill, take a little break from mumming. And it's quite rainy and wet here, so we're just kind of hunkering down from the storm and enjoying a really cosy film.
Hugely enjoyable.
It was very endearing, I thought. It was very endearing, heartwarming. Okay, is that what you thought?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was fab.
That's our review, so I don't know. I think Jim's got a review in here as well, so maybe we can have a little comment. Whose review is better? Obviously mine.
This little rat has been grumpy the last few hours, and she's finally on her own in her bouncer, just having a chill. Those little noises. Look at your legs, Margot. Oh, delicious. Two things. One, can you hear in the background how loud the TV is? It's been like that all day. Jackie forgot her hearing aid and she's really quite deaf, and so the TV has been on so loud all day. And the other thing is, you know how I mentioned earlier that I'm on a bit of a health kick and everything? Well, we ordered curry for dinner. We were like, are we going to cook or should we just order takeaway? We've all, Sarah and I, and Jackie eats really well too, we've all been kind of like quite healthy lately, so we thought, you know, we're all here together, let's enjoy the evening. Marco's in bed, so we ordered takeaway. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon.
Oh,
what else you buy?
One for me.
Right.
And Jackie as well, we're sharing.
Okay.
Indian sweets. These are Jackie's favourite, they're pistachio
I
ones.
haven't tried that one. I'm not a massive fan of Indian sweets.
You don't like fudge though, do you?
I don't like fudge.
I guess they're most similar to that.
Right, I don't love gulab jamun, and I don't love jalebi, because they're kind of like dough that's fried in syrup and then more syrup poured on them, and it's just all like, it's a texture thing, and it also to me just tastes like generic sweetness. I'm interested in the pistachio one though.
They're good. I used to go when I was at university. I went to university in Leicester, and Leicester is a huge Indian community, and there was literally an Indian sweet shop like below the flat that I lived in, and I used to go in like embarrassing amounts all the time and just get huge boxes and eat them all the time.
I had never tried them until I'd met Sarah. She introduced me to them. I remain unconvinced, but let me know in the comments if you like them. Anyway, thank you very much. I will see you very soon.
Can I wink?
Oh, you can wink. Go on, wink. I have to ban you from winking, I think, because you're so bad at it.
No, people like it. Read the comments.
Okay, this is true. I actually think my audience like you more than me. It's frustrating because I've been at this for about 12 years, and then you just rock up on the scene.
No, I think it's just because I'm a bit rubbish at it, and it's cute.
I don't know. Anyway, thanks, bye.